Alright guys, so my top 5 methods for cleaning an axe handle from varnish and just general cleanup is number 1 and 2. I can't quite decide which one's the best. A file card and a really sharp knife. And then number 2 would be a rasp of some type or a file. Number 4 I should say. 1 and 2, 3, and this is 4, is just sandpaper. And last is a chisel, which can be a little bit tricky. Alright guys, I'm going to show you guys a little bit of examples of why I prefer the first two, and then why the order is the way it is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my axe in my vise, and I'm going to put some safeguards on it so it doesn't mar my axe. So then we'll slide over here a little bit. Okay, so first we'll start with our card scraper and just watch how it just takes fine little layers off. It's really thin pieces of wood, and this is one I recently sharpened. If you guys want to see how I sharpened it and restored it, I'll put a card up and in the upper right corner of the screen, or you can look in the link in the description. I'll put it there too. So it just light removes wood. Shavings are really fine. They look really nice. And the end result is just, it looks really nice. And then if we were to flip this over so you guys can see the difference. There we go. Versus a sharp knife like this. So it essentially does the same thing. Or I don't have to use a big knife like that. I can use a knife like this, which is actually a little bit sharper. This is the Benchmade. I don't remember the make or the model of it, but it's a really nice one. I believe it's the Bushcraft series. I'm not 100% sure on that one though. So it does a really nice job of scraping like the file card did. Now we'll switch over to the chisel, and this one I mainly use for either the head of the axe. Focus for you guys, and I'll take it off auto. It's good for places like this, but it is really small and it can dent into the wood if you look right there. So that's why this is my least favorite method. However, my second favorite method is, or my third I should say, is a rasp, and we'll actually stay away from something that aggressive. We'll go over to this. Now, this is great if you want to have a tool that's a little bit grippier, but I don't find that this aggressive is necessary, because I like a look like that, and it just feels better in the hand for me, having it nice and smooth. And I don't need to sand it after I use the file card or knife. And I can get really close to the edge this way and not hit the steel. That's kind of my main reason why I like the file card and the knife. Now for the sandpaper, I use it quite often, but it's not my favorite because it just throws dust up into the air and it just takes a while. Where something like this, it just scrapes it. It's just as smooth. So, the card scraper and knife they do it in a fraction of the time. And when you use this, the main thing I don't like about it is you have to clean it after if you're going to put some oil on it, and all that dust is going to be kicked up in the air, and you'll have to wear a respirator if you're going to be doing a lot of this. So I tend to want to stay away with this, and it clogs up quite a bit. And this is pretty aggressive. It's a 220. But sandpaper is expensive, where file card you can make out of just a cheap piece of steel laying around. Very inexpensive. Alright guys, even though the chisel is my least favorite of all 5 of them, I do like it for just perfecting the end, and it's really nice. Because you can come on the side and it leaves it really nice looking. And you can round corners really easily. You can control how much material you want to remove. Where if you're using sandpaper, you have to put your finger on it, and it just feels like it's a lot harder to do. And for the knife, it does work, but then again, it's big compared to a chisel. Now occasionally I do come here and use this, but what I find is the edges will be chipped away like this is. I believe this was from using a file. I don't remember which one, but it happened. So I don't really use anything but like a file card, or not a file card, a chisel or a knife, or a card scraper, of course. Alright guys, so that was my 5 top choices for how to clean and shape a axe handle. If I missed any or I should have rearranged the order, let me know in the comments, and maybe in the future I'll do another video on it and try out your guys' method. So thanks for watching. I'll see you guys on the next video. The best way to use a chisel. Actually, that works pretty well.